So they want release from the dry garbage and the wet garbage. So they divorce one partner, one husband, and find another one. They divorce one wife and find another one. They sell one house, they buy another one. They throw one cloth and buy another dress. They melt one ornament and build a new ornament, get a new one. And this way, they want to be continuously emotionally entangled in something or the other. They cannot live without it. And such people want darshan of the God. Why, as I said before, that why he has not given us the darshan yet, and therefore these are not godly people. These people are God-fearing people. These people are God-fearing people. They are not non-believers. They are believers, no doubt. But they fear. They feel themselves, we are nothing in front of him. He is everything. See? And in this way, they that when will that day come? I want a personal relationship with the Lord. What is Pushti Marg? Pushti Marg you have heard of? Vallabhacharya. Our that master is there, na? Bhaishri. Bhaishri. He is Pushti Marg. They are from. So what do? They consider God as a person. So they will wake him up in the morning. They will sing Suprabhatan to him. Then they will wake up. Then they will play music to him, chant Rudram or other scriptures to him. This is all to wake him up. And then chant other mantras to give him bath. Then every stage of his, because he is a person, and what is there? Only a statue. And the whole day is spent serving the Lord, taking care of him, only waiting for his grace to befall upon them. See? And in this way, they see him where? They see him outside of themselves. They are not ready to see him situated, located in the heart as the consciousness. Such people also argue. This is a misconception from Vedanta point of view. If you are not understanding, then it is okay, go this way. But it's a error in realization. How will God realize? How will God grace you with realization? How will those people who have been blessed by God, you read any story in Bhagavad. Has any devotee got realized? Take Dhruv, take Sudama, take our Prahlad, take Indra. Indra also has got darshan of the Lord. Has he got realized? No. If he was to give realization, nobody can. But if he was to, what would happen? What would God realization signify? What would it?
He is other than you.
Huh?
He is other than you.
It will be not a relationship of me and him. It will be a transcendental relationship where there is only one, isn't it? Because if God realization has happened, then you are no longer there. You have merged into him. Once the river has merged into the ocean, you cannot have a river again. It is ocean, it is complete, it's total. Same thing here also. But as long as this has not happened, till then they will continue. This is one type. They will continue to argue, to put their point forward. For this type, you go to ISKCON. Krishna consciousness. But they are not ready to see that you are the consciousness. Self is the consciousness. No, Krishna, 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 Krishna. They'll talk of Krishna consciousness, but never accept that that consciousness is throbbing within. That consciousness is what one is. They'll never accept that. They want to keep Ram away, Sita away, Hanumanji away, Narayana away, Krishna away, Buddha away. Why? So that we can have a relationship. I'll keep crying and he'll keep gracing. But I want, if I become one with him, then I will not be able to have a relationship with him. Na Baba, na. I want to have a relationship. If you want to have a relationship, then have it like a Hanumanji. Has the body, I am your servant. Has the mind, has the soul, I am a part of you. As the Atma, there is no difference between you and me. And with this understanding, with this realization, he is continuing to serve. Then it's no problem. But do we have this understanding? Are we living like that? No. We only living, I want to serve. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, बीच में tea, बीच में लस्सी, बीच में flower, somewhere आरती. And keep talking about Krishna consciousness, Ram consciousness, Gita consciousness. I told you, like in the break I was listening to their live telecast. Gita consciousness. We have to spread Gita. Just who has written, he will spread it. So such people, they never want to become one with God. They want to continue to have a main important point here is as an emotional person where their intellect has been hijacked by the mind, the emotions. They continue, such a disposition will always want a relationship. They don't want consummation. Consummation means now who will I have a relationship with? All problem begins after that. And therefore, so this is called limited relationship because you are not ready to give up. You are not ready to grow out. You are ready to merge into the divine. And this way, it's also, such an intellect is called unreleased intellect. Unreleased stri. That means that intellect which is still, if you want to talk technically, it is still under the influence of sattva, rajas, tamas. And how do you just take, I'm just expanding the topic a little bit. How else the intellect expresses as sattva, rajas, tamas? Waker, dreamer, sleeper. Isn't it? And you are stuck in that. You are accepting that is the way. Out of that only the waking is true and I have to have relationship with the God. So what has happened? Your intellect is hijacked by the emotions. And this is the word stri that is indicating this type of mindset, this type of intellect, not mindset, this type of conviction. And taking that as the basis, they continue to argue. The next one is Bala. And Bal, child, what is the disposition of child? Is there any discrimination? What is right and what is not right? What is good and what is not bad? No, everything. See, look, listen, taste. even if it is poison. No discrimination. He's born that way. But is there a potential in him to develop his intellect? It is there, no? So that is this second, that the child, or here, so he has not been trained. And the training is required. How do you train a child? By sending him to school, by sending him to university, then he gets trained. So how to think is also a training. You read the book of Swamiji, How to Think or Worry. Every thought is not a thinking. If the thought is about the world, it is worrying. If the thought is about the self, it is thinking. This is discrimination. So every thought that is passing through the mind is not does not come under the umbrella of thinking. So we teach him 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Then as he develops, then equations come, then mathematics, arithmetics, calculus, trigonometry, and his capacity is unleashed. His potential to learn more and more, develop his mind, develop his intellect. But the education system doesn't develop your intellect. They are only materially it is getting developed. But it is not getting developed in a wholesome way. To get it developed in a wholesome way, then you have to come to the Tarka Shastra. How to discuss, how to question, what type of questions, to what depth the questions can go. Now, how many questions we have asked or answered while even this text is going on? Did you ever independently think all those questions? Never, isn't it? So this is what. So here we are doing, the scriptures are doing the contemplation for us. We are not arguing, but there are texts where Tarka Shastra, how to thinking in. So whenever, if we are studying Bhagavad Gita, or we are studying Dakshinamurti, or we are studying Amrit Anubhav, there we are challenged to think in a different way. First we are told this is the word, then we are told Satchidananda is a word, then we are told Satchidananda is an abuse, then we are told ignorance is not a ignorance. Then what are you playing with your mind or what? But when you look at the verses and you go through the meaning and the discussion that the teacher is putting forth, it becomes convincing because you are following it, isn't it? So this is how it gets developed. It's a slow process, it takes its time, but one must go through the process of developing their intellect, and that is the second one, which is called undeveloped intellect or untrained intellect. And then comes the third one. Third one is called what? Stri Balan Andha. Andha is blind. Blind is the person who wants to live and think the way he wants to. He doesn't take the Shastra as the Praman. Praman, authority. So when we take the scriptures, what are the scriptures? What is the ultimate Praman? What is the ultimate authority? Vedas. In the Vedas, what is the ultimate? Just Vedas is not enough, because in the Vedas, the Karma Kand, Upasana Kand and the Gyan Kand is there. So among the Vedas, what is the authority? Vedanta or the Upanishads. So as a student of truth, seeker of truth, do we want to get lost in Karma Kand? No. Do we want to get lost in Upasana, making our mind single pointed? No. What do we want to do? At this very moment, just be the consciousness that we always are. And for that only Shravanam is required. And if we do that process, Shravanam correctly, You don't have to go to Mananam and Nididhyasanam. See? So here, if we have see our eyes are looking at this scripture Dakshinamurti Stotram, they are understanding, they are reading these verses, they are trying to understand what is being expounded upon them. But do we have the whether you call it the intuitive ability, just like Arjuna was given the third eye to see the Vishwarup Darshan? With his two eyes, could he see that? Could he have that Vishwarup Darshan? Not possible. Not possible. So, with these two eyes, can we understand what the scriptures are talking? Merely by reading? Not possible. With the mind, can we understand what they are talking? Mind is too fickle. Sometimes we'll say, yeah, oh, this one, but what is there? There is the body. But why? My body or the animal's body or the elephant body or the body? But well, I don't say that I'm the body. Why they are saying that I say I'm the body? Argument के लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हो. I never say I am the body. Who says I am the body? I am the body, I am the body, I am the body, I am the body. Nobody does it. Then why they are saying that Deham means the one who is taking the body to be the Atma? I don't take my body to be the Atma. But all your actions are showing that you take the body to be the Atma. See? So this is the type of argument that such people give in. And therefore, to understand the scriptures, we need a different eye. We need the intellect to flower. We need the intellect to be free from the senses and the mind. When it is free from the senses and the mind, then it starts, when there is minimum clutter, then it starts opening up. That's called as, just like Chakshu is the eye, Divya Chakshu is the third eye which was given by Krishna to Arjuna, and here it is Buddhi Chakshu, the eye of wisdom. And what is the eye of wisdom? Every moment recognizing that you are that unchanging consciousness. It is in your light. You are that Mahadipam Bhaswaram Prabha. That you are the light, and it is your light which is coming out of the mind and the senses and illuminating the whole world. Again and again, initially it will sound silly. Ye kya kar raha? What am I doing this? I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. But you keep practicing this disposition again and again and again and again. Just like you kept practicing, I am the wife, I am the wife, I am the wife, I am the wife. And now you're saying, no, I am not consciousness, I am the wife. Same way, now you keep saying, I am the Mahadipam, which is illuminating not only the intellect, the mind, the senses, and the world. And even if they are not there, I still continue to glow. I am self-illuminating. Keep repeating. Initially, it is difficult. It doesn't gel. But as you keep repeating it, as you keep thinking about it, as you keep contemplating on it, as you keep listening to such satsangs, suddenly one day the penny will drop. That's all it has to happen. But for that you have to be available for the penny to drop. Simple thing. You कभी dosa बनाए? You all know dosa. North Indians, have you made dosa? गोल होता है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैप बनता है? ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैप है. So once upon a time when I started, I also used to make India map, not Australia. Australia is still a little bit round. Then slowly it became Australia. But now it is perfect round. कभी आटा जब when you as a young started kneading the dough, how many times it came out all sticky. But now, you don't have to think, just the right amount of water goes in. Whatever the quantity, you know this much water is enough. And you need, and it comes out. And you know, tweaking a little bit here and there, but it never becomes too dry, or nor does it become too wet, sticky. Practice. So, nor too dry logic, nor too sticky emotion. Perfect dough. Good chapati will come out. See? So for that, you have to develop that ability. Without practice, where will it come? So right now, if I am not convinced and not convinced, but not being the consciousness that I am, then keep thinking about it, keep contemplating. If you have to think, why think about the world? Think about the consciousness. That is what is told here. And in this way, so we need to develop the buddhi chakshu, and we have to develop here he says, Shankaracharya says, develop the shastra chakshu, the eye of the scriptures. How the scriptures look at the world, you develop that vision. You don't develop your vision. Your vision is dry garbage and wet garbage. Relationships and possessions. And what is the vision of the scriptures? You are the consciousness. That's all that the vision is. That the goal is. So how does a student, a young child, how does he grow? How does he unfold? How does he unleash the potential that is in him? Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. And that is the Sanatan Dharma has this whole process in play. As the child grows up, the thread ceremony, then the mantra, then the Gurukul, then the teachings, everything is provided or was provided. And after that, the child can, once he's grown up, whichever way he is, with that understanding, when he goes wherever his destiny takes, he will deal with it in correct manner. Without, so if he's a grahastha, he'll continue to be a grahastha, but he will not forget what the ultimate goal of life is, because it's already been told to him. Question is, if he was completely available and it clicked to him, then if the destiny takes him to be into the grahastha life, even as a grahastha, he is a sannyasi. Even as a grahastha, he is a sannyasi. I was listening to, B.K. Shivani, you have heard of that? So she's married, but she told her husband, I want to be a brahmachari. I don't know if she has kids or not, but no, I don't know. But she lives with the family, but she lives a pious and a life of self-control. See? Akhandananji Maharaj, same way. Our Ramakrishna Parahams, same way. Gondavlekar Maharaj, same way. Belsare Maharaj, same way, married, children. See? So the possibility is there with us also, with you, to be in the family and yet be independent. So intellect without the programming of scriptures is useless. In everything that you have studied, because we have already come to a conclusion, dry garbage, what is that? Possessions. So all the education that we have had till now through the secular education system is only to earn money. And they were showed till you don't have a good profession, you are not successful. And you have got a profession, you are making money, you have become successful. Then why are you sitting here? Why don't you continue there? Something is still missing. You still feel incomplete. The intellect is convinced that even though it has got everything, whatever it wants, it can go and get, but still it is feeling incomplete. That samadhan, that contentment, that satisfaction will only come when it is programmed or it is exposed to the Shastras. So this child, Andha, when he is exposed to the the scriptures, when the buddhi is not exposed to the scriptures, that buddhi is andha, that buddhi is blind, that intellect is blind. It does not know how to discriminate. It does not know which way to go, what to be convinced of, which is the right, which is the wrong. It doesn't know. And therefore, you can see so many people, they go to satsangs, but they continue to be in the wrong way. So, buddhi without scriptures is useless, and scriptures without buddhi is useless. Because scriptures can only be understood by the buddhi, not by mind, not by senses, not by body, not by consciousness, only by intellect. So both ways. So, and we are doing the right thing. We are also doing the right thing. We have dedicated the life to that our intellect is ever exposed to the scriptures day in and day out. Yes, we watch TV, we watch the news, but what is the mainstay of our day? Satsang. In our own time, and at the same time, every day there is some satsang going on. So in this way, see, knowledge is not that how many planets are there, you can see it. Gravitational pull, you can know it. It is there outside, you can experience it. But these subtle principles which require a different faculty, you have to go beyond the physical eyes, you have to go beyond the mind, and you have to go beyond the intellect which is after the dry and the wet garbage. It has to go beyond. Then such an intellect, even while studying the scriptures, susses out. Suddenly it clicks while listening what the scriptures are trying to say. You are not lost in the word. You are not lost in the sentence. You are lost in what it is indicating. And what is it indicating? The truth. And in this way, so see, when we use the word the Shastras, the Vedas, the Upanishads, or the topic here in Dakshinamurti Stotram, this topic is not worldly topic. It's not talking about, as I use the word, gravitation or who is this, who is that. We are not talking about that. Where, how old is the sun and how many planets are there. We are not talking about that. What is the distance? We are not talking about that. We are not talking about the word used is not physical, empirical world. We are not talking about, in the Upanishads, we are not talking about the empirical world. That means that which is pratyaksha, which is perceived through your senses and mind. We are not talking about that world. Which world are we talking about? Aparushaya. Aparushaya. That which is beyond the ordinary. see, if the scriptures were revealed to the masters, to the rishis, they did not create it. Why it is called Aparushe? It is not a creation of man. They are the revelations. So that which is revealed, to know that, you need a different ability. That ability with which you comprehend the world, that ability, those faculties, they are not going to work that which is beyond the world. You understand? So, Andha is this fellow who keeps insisting that I don't need scriptures. J. Krishnamurti also says, you don't need scriptures, you don't need guru, you don't need this, you don't need a gurukul, you don't need anything. When did he say that? After 40, 50 years of sadhana. 40, 50. That Madame Blavatsky and her troops, they all used to pump him with energy. They did so many experiments on him. Transfer of energies, psychic energies, this energy, that energy. And eventually, then he studied. He had many things he did. But after 40, 50 years of, not only he studied also something, then he studied the scriptures, then one day it clicked to him and there is no guru, there are no scriptures. Isn't it? Kathopanishad is also going in that direction. The student goes, asks, and eventually he is being told that there is only the truth, there is nothing else apart from the truth. When we studied Kenopanishad, na chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha. So what is that truth? Oh, it's the eye of the eye, it's the ear of the ear, it's the nose of the nose, it's the mind of the mind, it's the prana. Yeah, tell me straight, I don't know how to say. You try to work it out. Not my responsibility. I'll tell you what my teacher told me. I also asked the same question. I got this answer. And when he was answering, it clicked to me. Now it's your responsibility to get it to click, not my responsibility to. I will teach you, no doubt. You ask me the question, I will teach. But you have to be available. You have to transform. You have to change your vision. You have to surrender. You have to grasp it. Now you do whatever is required, whatever adjustment is required inside. If that adjustment means sitting quiet, okay, at body level, sit quiet, no shuffling around. At breath level, if that is what is required by you, then be gentle, very rhythmic breathing. No suddenly turning here, suddenly erratic breathing, it will not help. Same way, distracted mind will not help. Same way, andha intellect, blind intellect will not help. Emotional intellect will not help, first one. Second was, undeveloped intellect will not help. Third one, blind intellect will not work. Such people, when they want answers, should I go tomorrow should I buy this property? I'm not taking it. Or should I begin my trip to India? Is it how will I come to know if it is yes or no? It was written am. Am in Sanskrit means yes. Oh, am. Then while in the plane, will the plane land or not? Open. No. It's become such a craze in India for many people, these are the blind people. They are listening to every Tom, Dick and Harry on the TV, these astrological people. And they begin their day listening to them. They get out of he says, now you go out exactly at 1 minute past, 30 seconds past 9 o'clock. It will be the most auspicious, and they come across accident. Or they reach late and lose the job. This is andha. This is andha. They have thinking ability, but not according to the scriptures. And what are the scriptures saying? Do the nitya karma, do the naimittika karma, stay away from the kamya karma, or do not initiate kamya karma, and stay away from the nishiddha karma. If you have to do something, as long as the doership is there, do this. Be engaged in daily, keep yourself busy 24 hours a day. In that, in your puja part, chanting, studies, satsang, etc. Like we are in the whole day, what are we going to do? We are engaged. We are not gossiping about anything. Then second, naimittika karma, special duties, breakfast, lunch, dinner, special duties. Kamya karma, desire prompted activities. There are no desire prompted activities because no free will here. You are not choosing to have free will. Yes, you can go. Swamiji, 1 hour, what do we do? Go for a walk. Okay, go for a walk, come back. Have coffee and come back. Don't eat too many biscuits. Have one biscuit and come back. Okay, now it's dinner time. Okay, have dinner and come back. What do we do after bhajan? Huh? So, choiceless. Everything is regulated. When everything is regulated, minimum stress. Your mind is not unnecessarily activated by unwanted thoughts. So, no desire prompted activities. And nishiddha karma, stay away from unwanted activities. What is that? Don't watch TV. There is no TV. Don't gossip. We are not doing it. Don't overeat. We are not doing it. I'm just in this context I'm saying. Don't badmouth anyone from behind the back. In front, no. Don't do that also. The questions are there. If not behind the back, सामने कर दे. Huh? So, nishiddha karma. But here we are not talking about karma. We are talking about, I'm giving that context, that live a regulated life. And how? Continuously contemplating on the infinite. Apart from retreats like this or at the temple, when do we spend so much time single-pointedly contemplating in such depth of the scriptures? During the week, it's only in the evening, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday morning. But here, 8 lectures. Every lecture from there. And I'm glad nobody is sleeping. In the earlier days, people used to sleep. Some of you were there. No, she's there. Balthazar used to be there. So, but you think about yourself, that how your interest has made you awake. How your interest in this topic is what? The self. It will only come from mumukshutvam, intense desire to liberate. The more the desire, the more you will be alert. That maybe this is the one. Here it will happen. I'm not waiting. Now next lecture will happen. No, now. I'm not even saying the next line will happen. No, every moment I am alert and vigilant towards the consciousness that I am. See, just as if I want to see something far away, my physical eyes can see can I see the moon? Yes, you can see the moon. But if I want to see the surface of the moon, then what will I do? Someone will say, hey, here's the telescope. Take the telescope and look at the moon. No, 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 no. I am going to see it with my eyes. Right? You will not be able to see. Your eyes don't have the capacity. Already you are wearing glasses. On top of that, you are saying, you are insisting. But these are the type, andha. They are not ready to take the support. Same person is told that, okay, you see the bacteria? No, I will see it with my naked eye. Are take microscope, yaar? Because it is beyond your capacity of your vision to see such fine organisms called microbes or bacteria in the skin or wherever. It is beyond the capacity of your physical eyes to see the far off galaxies. But if you take the telescope to see it, it will help. If you take the microscope, it will help to see the microbes. Similarly, to see, to be in proximity, to understand, to cognize, not to cognize, but to think about the self-evident principle, to think about the self-existing, self-knowing principle. I'm not going to use anything. I don't need any scriptures. J. Krishnamurti said so. Osho said so. They said so after they studied everything. We need scriptures. Only with the scriptural eye, we will be able to cognize the truth. We will be able to discover the truth. We will come to the proximity of the truth. Without any doubt. And these are the discussions that each verse is taking us through. And in this way, andha means these jad deham pranam apindriya yapichalam buddhim cha shunyam viduhu. These are all andha. They are all blind. Why? They do not take the Vedas or the scriptures as the praman. So, you are in the right place. By grace of Dakshinamurti, you have become available to the right praman. And we have been singing bhajans, we have been doing seva, we have done so many different things. But all that we did it in the right frame of mind. That's why this type of scripture comes in our life. It doesn't come just like that. It was always available. Upanishads were always available. Why did they not come into our life before? Or why did we not have this deep interest in such type of text before? Because we still needed some chipping off. And that happened through seva, through japa, through chanting of the name of the Lord, bhajans, etc., etc. And when we don't have to decide when. If we are sincere and working toward, if our goal is towards mumukshutvam, things will keep falling in the right place. The right scriptures will come, the right teacher will come.
That you have to emphasize, Swamiji.
Huh?
The teacher is the most important.
It will come in the next one. The next idiot is coming up. Here it says, we'll tell you in the next verse it will come. Not next verse, this only, here only. So here when he says, so we are talking about these four intellects. These four intellects are, we have done the three. Stri, Bal, Andha. Why low battery, man? It is working. ये बंद है क्या नीचे से? One moment, huh? No. Now it is charging. It's okay. Now it is okay. So these andha are the people who use the logic but not according to the scriptures, by their own free will. Whichever angle they want to look at, they will look at that. And now the fourth one is the jada. Stri, Bala, Andha, Jada. Jada means gross. Jada means inert. Jada means inflexible. Huh? This table is inflexible. So, what is intellect inflexible? I am the body. I am not going to listen to you. Who are you to tell me? Who are you to tell me? Such people are called Jada. Here, Shankaracharya calls them retarded intellect. Not even inert intellect, a retarded intellect. So, first was emotional intellect, which was influenced by emotions. Second was undeveloped intellect, Bala. Third was Andha, which was a blind intellect. And now fourth one is Jada intellect, retarded intellect. And retarded intellect is unintelligent intellect, or it is the dull intellect.
So in Bala there is a possibility of maturity, but
In
Jada
Jada, correct. So, good point. So, what is the difference between Bala and Jada? In the undeveloped intellect and retarded intellect, the undeveloped intellect can be developed only by Shastras. And Shastras through a Guru or through an Acharya. But retarded intellect, such people, one must stay away. One must not get, उनके मुंह मत लगो. Don't get involved with them. In fact, you should not get involved with anyone of who Deha, Prana, Apindriyani. Don't get involved with any one of them. So, see, I know there are many people here in Melbourne. I'm not going far away. This fellow has written books on Hinduism. This fellow has written one book on, and in that he has written a story of Shankaracharya, which is totally against everything that Shankaracharya life talks about. Professor, Indian. He is now writing, or he has written or getting published a book on Devi, because he is a professor, gets the funding from the government, and he enjoys writing, and he is writing and writing and writing. But I said, sir, do you know anything about the Devi? No, you will not understand, Swamiji. This is academics. This is academics. Then who are you fooling by writing all these books? You yourself have got no faith in God, but you do puja everywhere in the world. Why? Money comes, no?
What are money publicity, Swamiji?
Such people are lokeshana. You remember? Putreshna, Vitteshna and Lokeshna. Lokeshna, I am famous. Everyone looks up to Panditji, 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 Panditji. Lokeshna. So they thrive like politicians. They thrive on the crowds. See? So from there comes Vitteshna, from there comes Lokeshna. See? So such people, they keep saying, I was born in a village. I am a self-made man. I struggled so hard. I saved the money. I went and studied and I started my business and I have helped so many people, and so many times, so many difficulties came. I found the solution to it and I came out of it. Scriptures didn't help me. What scripture? I will find my way to God. Good luck. If I decide, I'll find my way. It's good. We don't want to say no, yes. If he decides, then scriptures will come into his life, teachers will come into his life. Automatically it will happen. But he has to decide. He has not decided yet. But right now he is full of himself and this is retarded intellect that which does not accept which is not, because everything is I, he is not ready to accept that there is something called Brahman. And there are many others who are not ready to accept God also. You understand? And with such people, when I came new brahmachari, and they have a group, all senior citizens, that time they were not, maybe they were just getting, they were senior citizens. In their early 60s, I'm talking 27 years ago. So they went there, I was called, chalo aajo Swamiji, naye brahmachari ban gaya. They didn't even call me brahmachari, they called me by my old name. And I was a new fellow, so I was, what is this? And then they eating meat and eating, she doesn't, but there were some people who will eat and they will drinking also. And after, so they said, Swamiji, tell us, what did you do there? What did you study? I said, chodo yaar, you have your, I'm the youngest there. 33, 34 that time. So I said, no, it's okay. But after some time, thoda alcohol under gaya, no, you tell us what was there. And suddenly, and they know a little bit of Sanskrit, probably maybe more than I do. And they started quoting from here and started quoting from there. But they don't believe in God, huh? They don't believe in God. And they started, Krishna, he was only a man. He is not God. He must be a superhuman being, but he is not God. What do you have to say? I said, I don't have to say anything. Give me also a peg. Then I'll talk your language. Then spirituality begins. See. So their focus is only on what I have got from outside, not what I can get from inside. Their praman is only outside. I have become successful, I have written so many books, so many likes are there on the Facebook, so many likes are there on the Instagram, and that determines the mood of the day. With that, they assess themselves. How will they surrender? Where they're continuously, day in and day out, they are assessing themselves by the positions, by the abilities, by the relationships, by wealth or whatever. Where are they available to growth then? If they are growing or not, who is going to assess them? Who is going to assess them? I don't need a guru, I don't need scriptures. Who is going to assess them? How will they come to know? And therefore, such people must be stayed away from. And they don't, they say, what is there in the scriptures that I don't know? Everything I have come to know of my own. I am a successful person. Can the scriptures only tell you put 1 liter of milk on the Shivalinga? This is their argument. I am Shivalinga. I don't put water on Shivalinga. I help so many orphans to study and take care of them. Shastras tell you to do Shraddha. When someone dies, you do the last rites and you feed the Brahmins. I don't do what else the Shastras. They are all old and decadent, and what do you do? Oh, I get all the beggars in the city and I feed them. And who are these beggars? Who are jealous of your wealth. What blessings they'll give you? May your wealth become mine. Tathastu. And if Brahmanas have to bless, what they will do? They will say something, either God's name or something positive. See? So in this way, and there are others among these retarded intellect. We are talking about the Jada intellect, who have taken scriptures as a Jada Vastu, an object. So just like they possess various objects of the world, they possess the scriptures also. How do you possess the objects of the world? Mentally, emotionally. By okay, tell me how many rooms you have in your room. Immediately you will tell. Tell me how much is the cost of your property. Immediately you will tell, because it's there in the memory. Tell me how many verses are there in Bhagavad Gita. Immediately you will tell. Tell me what is the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita called. Immediately you tell. Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. You have, like this, you are answering everything. But what Moksha Sannyasa Yoga? I know by heart. I know what each verse means. No, have you? फिर तो क्लिक हो गया होगा, रियलाइज कर लिया. नहीं, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर रिटायरमेंट. I am waiting. Once the grandchild is born, then I will do it. Then my responsibilities are over. Now I decided, when I turn 60, then I will do it. Or when I turn 80th birthday, then I will start. Till then I want to enjoy life. This is the last stage. My last stage hasn't come yet. My last stage hasn't come yet. Retarded intellect. Are we falling in that category? Don't answer. Your smile tells. So this is not to push the neem chutney down your throat, but to while doing it, while being in the situation that you are in your life, just being aware that you are the permanent, infinite, constant light of consciousness which is expressing through the mind, through the senses, and illuminating the whole world. Just be that. Rest, let it continue. Things will change by themselves. You be focused on the consciousness. Nobody is saying stop whatever you are doing and change the course suddenly. When you do anything, suddenly accident happens, or you lose the balance. So don't do that. So there are many people who have like professors, they have lot of intellectual knowledge, but they are not abiding in that knowledge, they are not practicing that knowledge. I told you, beginning, Shastri, Pandit, Shastri/Pandit, then Acharya, and then a Brahmanishta Purush. Best is Brahmanishta Purush. Second is Acharya. And if nobody is there, our Pandits and Shastris. Or anyone who is close by, who knows little bit more than us, we have respect and reverence for that person, please do. But if your attention is on the truth, very quickly you'll find out where the shortcoming is. And you are not there to badmouth that person. You are not there to badmouth. But you are ready to be available to the next teacher to appear in your life. And teacher always appears. Yesterday, Friday. Yesterday we went to some place and one family comes. Swamiji, I am so and so. I said, okay. So where are you from? I said, from Australia. No, where in India? I said, from India. As usual, no, are you Maharashtrian? I said, I don't know. I said, so you are in these clothes? I said, you want me to take it out? While puja was going on, her elder sister's husband. So he said, you are always in these clothes? Or for occasions you wear these clothes? I said, and do you work? I said, no, I am retired. I never worked in my life. Then how do you survive? Again, question comes to how do you survive? And then says, you must have made Guru. You must have made a Guru. Shastra पढ़ लिए होंगे. He is speaking. Guru bana liya. I looked at him, smiled. He said, why are you smiling? I said, you don't make Guru. You don't find a Guru. Guru finds the students. A student. Yeah, same thing. I said, if you're going to talk to me, you will keep getting corrected. So you decide, you want to talk to me or you want to have a gossip with others. Then he went away. What can I say to him? He's asking such grown-ups, elder to me, but talking in this manner. They just don't have any idea. They are so full of themselves. Or they are absolutely stupid. I don't want to judge them in any way. I'm just watching how personalities express themselves. And here our Shankaracharya has categorized them into 4.
Yes.
Emotional, Bala, undeveloped. Third, Andha, those who are not ready to accept the scriptures. And the last is Jada. Jada is retarded intellect. They are full of themselves. I have done everything according to I don't need a guru. I don't need the scriptures. And such people, and even if they have studied the scriptures, these retarded fellows, they are intellectually convinced of everything. These are retarded fellows. We are all falling in that category. Don't laugh at someone. Because we are all intellectually convinced, but not ready to be what we are convinced of. So we are all hypocrites. So we are retarded. Such people are only fit for one place. Where? Mental asylum. This is the mental asylum where we are.
You are treating us, Swamiji.
Huh?
You are fleeting.
No, I am also man. A mad fellow teaching other mad fellow. All mental. No, take it in the right.
We are blessed,
So,
Swamiji.
theoretical knowledge is not enough. Abidance is important. So, those who postpone realization, even after understanding, what have you understood? That I will do it tomorrow, this is a very important, very interesting, I must contemplate on it later, I must reflect on it. Well, the scriptures only said reflect on. They said reflect on it because you did not listen properly. They said contemplate because you did not reflect properly. Otherwise, just the first part, listen. While listening, magic happens. While listening, if you have molded yourself in the right manner, if you have practiced Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka, Sampatti and Mumukshutvam, if these four qualities are there, while listening, transformation happens. The shift happens. It clicks while listening. This confidence that it clicks while listening is our direct experience when we were listening to Swamiji. I think every student who is listening to their teacher, it's in the end, it's this, how many days you will keep complaining? First 1 month, leg is not going down, or second month this. But as the topic keeps going on, another 1 year, 10 months have to go, then 1 year, 9 months have to go, 1 year, 8 months have to go. My God, so many more days to go. How long I'm going to keep thinking about the body? How long I'm going to keep thinking about my food? How long I'm going to keep thinking about my sleep? Very quickly, within few months, it troubles you in the beginning. Cleanliness, this, that. But you just rise above it. In spite of the pain in the body, because 7, 8 hours you are sitting, but you are able to focus. It's a process. So this retarded intellect, the jada buddhi, this jada buddhi, it is continuously, because he is a self-made man, he is an intellectual person, he understands very sharp intellect, everything, but there is one problem in this retarded intellect, that he wants to experience everything, another part. And therefore, he is wanting to experience the realization. Do we fall into that category? We are presenting the mirror. One day I will have the realization. One day. If you can't have it now, it's not possible. What do you mean? Don't say unholy words, Swamiji, that it will never happen. No, it will never happen in the future. It will always happen in the present, in the now, in the here. It's not a sharp, it's not a curse, it's a fact. It's the truth. No, it will never happen to you if it doesn't happen. No, I am not going to listen to this Swami anymore, because he only gives curse that it will never happen. Because it's already happening. How can that which is already happening, is always happening, happen in the future? Not possible. Not possible. Because you don't understand from where the teacher is speaking or where the scriptures are speaking from. This is the problem of this retarded intellect. Objective approach. He wants to experience. Scriptures are talking, you are that awareness. He says, yeah, I will come to know one day. Scripture is saying, you are the independent, self-effulgent, self-knowing, ever-existing, blissful principle. Yeah, that is okay, but I got to finish this, then I'll experience it. This is, the Shankaracharya says here that he is indebted to the Shastras. Shankaracharya studied all the Shastras. He says, I'm indebted to the Shastras and the Guru who taught those Shastras, the Govindapad and the Gaudapad. See? Because Shastras, by independently, we cannot understand in their subtlety. So here he says, Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Kalpita Maha Vyamoha Samharine. So this Maya, how does it function? It functions Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Maha, Kalpana. The intellect imagines one of these four types that it is. And who is this Maya Shakti? That is because of this Maya Shakti that Bhranti of the intellect also comes. Bhrisham, it is intense, it is very strong, it is very acute. And Vadinaha means argument. They are into intense argument. Sorry, I came into Maya Shakti, but Bhranti, these are the four intellects which are deluded, which are confused, which are, what other word we used? Deluded, confused, are having the error. Retarded was one of the parts. This is the error. Why realization? Even if you are realized right this moment, why you are not being the self? Because of these Bhranti, four types of Bhranti, of the intellect. So the Stri, Bala, Anda, Jada, Upama. Upama means comparison. So these four are compared to the four types of intellect. Upama. Upma kalwala nahi. Tomorrow morning you're getting upma to eat. Not that upama. Ahamiti bhranta bhrisham vadina. So stay away from such argumentative or with such disposition, the first line and the second line, and don't get involved in them. The inner guru destroys the great delusion created by the play of the power of Maya. It is only by Guru. See, even after the last one, retarded intellect, Jada, even after studying all the scriptures, still we are not ready to drop ourselves, dissolve ourselves, allow ourselves to be dissolved. For this was the problem of our Ramakrishna Paramahams. He was practicing the Tantra sadhana. He had the vision of the Kali imprinted in his mind, and Kali would not go anytime, morning, afternoon, dream, sleep, all the time Kali, Kali, Kali. She is standing. He can't get away. He looks here Kali, he looks there Kali, inside Kali, everywhere Kali. And then when he wanted that Vedantic, in the non-dual samadhi he wanted to experience, then all he did was, Kali Mata, I want a non-dual samadhi experience. She brought Totapuri Maharaj all the way from Puri.
From no backups for 732 days.
All the way from Puri. He got the vision and he came here and he removed the Kali from the mind of Guru was required. Guru was required. And this is the Guru's art is to explain the inexplicable through the words of the scriptures, make it palatable to the student, keep inspiring the student that he can, she can, in spite of all the challenges that a person, seeker faces in their life. Our focus is not on the challenges, our focus is not on the obstacles, our attention is not on the shortcomings, our attention is put everything that these are the things that will come along the way. These challenges, these obstacles, these errors, all these are coming because where you are sitting. You change the position of yours where you are sitting, the problems will go away. You stop sitting in the husband, the problems of wife will go away. Divorce. Simple. If you are having problems in the dream, wake up. Problems of the dream will go away. If you are having problems in the waking, wake up from waking. The problems of waking will go away. So scriptures are not trying to trouble you by showing you the mirror. They are showing you this is the fact, man. Instead of getting emotionally involved, again, not the emotional intellect, look at the thing as it is. And in this manner, so the Maya Shakti, what is that? Maya Shakti Velasa Kalpita Maha Vyamoha Samharine. And in this way, kitna time ho gaya? Ho gaya time. We'll look at it. We have already touched it, but we'll just recap that part and then move into the next verse in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.